This is a Toyota 80 Series Land Cruiser steering gearbox, and I'm going to show you how to rebuild it today. Pitman arms are not hard to take off. So line this guy up. 17. No, 18. Whoops. Wow. You know how stupid I am? You have to take the nut off first, Sam. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's try that again. Okay. Now you need a hammer. Yeah. Tighten it again. Well, that's about as tight as it's getting. I'm growing impatient, so we're going to do a little bit of dueling torches. Whoa! Okay, maybe not dueling. That motherfucker really does not want to come loose. Oh yeah, motherfucker. That was the hardest thing you'll have to do on this whole project, I promise. We got 4 bolts to take off essentially, and then you're basically in it. So let's get cracking. A couple of things are happening right now. I can twist this down. You'll see the cover's actually coming off as well. See? So we got a nut. We also have a washer. Okay, so now we're going to tap the back with a rubber mallet and it should pop right on out. Oh shit! Same thing over here. 4 bolts. Oh my god, it squirted on me. So when you push this piston forward, it kind of separates the case. Get a screwdriver in there. Like that. And I take a little rubber mallet, separate it, and you're off. You need to be careful because there's a bunch of little metallic balls in there. And you want to have a metal tray that you can set these on. You cannot lose these. Now before you get that power piston out of there, you need to take, I think it's the power piston guide. I highly recommend using air. Oh no. Oh no, it's completely stripped now. Holy fuck! Yeah. Well, that was a detour I really didn't want to take, but nonetheless, while I was waiting on a new power piston nut and my rebuild kit, I went ahead and cleaned up all my parts. So, here's how this should have gone. Power piston nut comes out, and a spring, and you got your power piston plunger, and you got your power piston guide. Now we can take that piston out. Just take a little flathead. Just like that. Congratulations, you've pretty much taken everything apart now. Now it's time to actually rebuild it. Let's start with the easiest thing, the side cover. All you have is one O-ring. Slide it on there. Wow, you did it. Look, you have rebuilt, no you haven't, I have. I've rebuilt the first part. That was easy. Put it to the side, call it a win, drink a beer. You know what, that's a good idea. Look at this, I have one right here. Ha! Let's do the worm gear. This is fun. It's easy and it's fun. Before we get into this, you need to place some match marks between, I'm calling this the cap, your lock ring, and the worm gear valve body assembly. So we're going to take the lock nut off first. Little flathead action's all you need, and a hammer. And once it's loose, it should just come out by hand. Okay. Go to Harbor Freight and get this. It's called an adjustable pin wrench. I don't really know what it's used for, but damn does it work good in this case. Look at that. Okay. O-ring there. Now we can take our little screw out. Ooh, yeah. You don't do anything with this, really. You can see the seal here, and there's a bearing right beneath it. Take your flathead and just keep hitting intermittently on both sides. They'll both come out. New seal that goes down first. place that down. It's not driven all the way in, but when you put the bearing back, it will drive itself in. We're going to stick the bearing back down there. Take our hammer, 24, whale away. Does not take much, so we're gonna check. Looks like the seal completely set itself now. Bearing looks good. And check to make sure it's spinning well. Pretty much done there. And we just have an O-ring here. A lot of O-rings on this, and I would recommend adding fluid to all of them. This is done now. Well, here we got the cap. Got an O-ring here we're gonna replace. Okay, and then we have a little Teflon ring hiding in here. I don't think it's very pretty taking this out. You just kind of have to get nitty-gritty with it. I think I broke it last time. Yep, same thing here. And there's another O-ring. Okay, get our new O-ring in there. I don't know, it's kind of hard to show because it's in the center. Here we go. Okay, now that the O-ring's in there, we gotta get this Teflon ring in there, and we're gonna heat it up in water, make it a little more pliable so we don't rip it or break it. You can kind of stuff it in there. Son of a bitch! There we go. Jeez. Alright, let's put this bitch back together now. So this just slides right back in. Okay, so we're gonna set this in here. Hold on, I need a swig. Miller Lite isn't sponsoring me, but I would like them to. We're gonna run this down till we get to our match marks and get them lined up. Hair tighter. All right, there we go. Time for the lock nut. There we go, we're all lined up. Okay, we're done with this now too. Pretty easy, wasn't it? Unfortunately, the fun is over. Now it's time to get to some big boy stuff here. If you can see, there's a Teflon ring around here. There's actually an O-ring below it. We gotta take those both off now. There's actually like little tabs on the Teflon ring that allow you to kind of get your tool in there and pry up on it. Just like that. Just like that. Okay, that goes on easy enough, right? I'm gonna go put this in a cup of water in the microwave for 1 minute. That's how I'm gonna get this Teflon ring on because it's tight. Okay. Looky there. God, I'm good. It's incredible. Ting. Since we're here, we're gonna take off this tube that the metal balls go through. And don't lose your screw, Sam. Piston is ready for reassembly. Let me get the gloves here. Yeah, give me the gloves. Damn it! Don't you hate when that happens? Alright, it is time to reassemble the piston. And first thing we're going to do is fill up our tube here with balls, take some grease and grease them up on the corners here so they don't fall out when you're trying to install it. Then we put our cap on, like that. All right, so put your piston on. We're gonna start dropping our balls through here and start twisting it and wiggling it. And they'll all fit in there and then we'll drop our tube on there. You heard that snap in. Take our cover. All right, cool, that part sucks. On the case itself, we have a seal, snap ring, metal spacer, O-ring, and Teflon seal. I just use a flathead to get the seal out. Next up, we got a snap ring. Then your metal spacer. And your Teflon seal and O-ring come out together. We are almost ready for reassembly. I put a clamper on the Teflon seal. Compressing it is going to make it easier to slide in. Take a little flathead, press down on it, whammo bammo, we're in. That's so fucking good. Thank God. Now the easiest way to get this case completely on, there's an O-ring that we put on that kind of makes it tight, so the easiest way is just to put 2 bolts in a corner and just slowly kind of tighten down on them. And it'll go, whether it wants to or not. Just like that. Now we're totally in. Look at us go, man. Now we've centered the power piston and we have it upright. So now we can install our shaft here. You know what, that ain't very clean, hold on. All right, here we go. That's kind of what you want it to look like. All the way back in there. Now we're gonna put our side cover on and then put some seals on in the back. So we're gonna take this all the way out here. Take a couple bolts. And then the nut. I would recommend doing a final adjustment on the vehicle after you've driven it, but a good starting point for me is showing about 3 threads on here. Yeah, that's pretty good. We need to put a Teflon Seal, O-ring, metal spacer, and snap ring in here, and you're pretty much done. Never mind. We also have the thing that fucked me in the beginning. We're gonna start with our Teflon Seal. And I take 2 flatheads, push down on either side. That's not a flathead. Push it all the way down. Let me see if I can show you that. Well, you can sort of see it sitting down there. Whatever, I can't show you everything. I'm sorry. And the O-ring goes on the outside of the Teflon Seal. The easiest way to do this is to take a flathead. You literally almost like pinch it on the outside. You can almost feel it like click in. I don't know, it's hard to describe. We have our metal spacer. It's a bit of a tight fit there. Takes a bit of convincing. We're not whacking that down, we're just using a plastic mallet. I gotta get the camera out of the way, Jesus Christ. I can't work with you people like that. Oh, you didn't think I could go a whole video without screwing up recording something. Yeah, I forgot to turn the mic on here. To get that C-clip in, I had to pop out that sector shaft. Insert the C-clip in the groove, and pop the sector shaft back in. Then you gotta take a new oil seal and coat it with ATF. And I take a flathead and with that little rubber mallet, or plastic mallet, and just tap it in place. You'll know when it's in there. It sets at the bottom. So that's that. We are on the final step here. Power piston plunger, the thing that gave me the most grief. Put the guide pin in. Put the spring in the plunger. Just torque your bolts down to 45 foot-pounds and you're done. This is obviously not a full rebuild as we didn't do any bearings, but it will reseal it and it will give you a tighter feel. I certainly noticed a difference in my steering wheel after I did this, so hope you learned something and enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.